Mom, do you see that elephant? If it drinks that dirty water, wouldn't it fall sick?
Actually, these animals stay in a jungle or a place where they are used to drinking water from the either the same sources, that is the lake or the river nearby. So their body gets immune slowly to the same bacteria that are formed in that place, isn't it?
Yes.
So whenever, they drink this water from, repeatedly and all, so their immune system, it gets adjusted to it and they can digest. The body gets immune to it and they do not fall sick because of this.
Mom, look at these beautiful birds. What if they drink contaminated water? Would they too get sick?
Well, birds need lot of water and that too clean. If the water is contaminated, they may fall sick. Because of falling sick, they shed down their feathers and due to which they can also lose their color and their beauty.
And what about this fish? Will it too get sick?
Yes, dear. Fishes can die because of contaminated water because they're not used to it. They need clean water for their growth, and otherwise, they may also fall sick like any other animal because of the stress, the bacteria, and the other chemicals that are present into dirty water.
And mom, what about these plants? How would they grow? Don't they need clean water?
Yes, plants need clean water because if they get polluted water or they grow into some chemical water or pollution is, and if they are covered with pollutants and all, we are going to eat them and we also will fall sick. It also affects the growth of the plants. They may die due to it. So definitely plants need clean water to survive.
And mom, what would happen to me if I drink that dirty water? Would I fall sick?
You are not allowed to drink that dirty water because if you drink that water, you are going to fall sick. And these diseases that are caused by water, which is infected or polluted, are called as waterborne diseases. Have you heard about it?
No.
Okay, so let me explain it to you. Waterborne diseases are the diseases which are called due to the infection which occurs by the microorganisms that are present in the water. Okay, do you get that?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Mama, what would be the diseases? I would get the simple cough and cold, so that won't be too much.
No, there are so many diseases. Let me tell you. Have you heard about typhoid, cholera, malaria, then shigellosis, cardiasis, amoebiasis, and hepatitis? There is this long list, beta, which you haven't heard of. And in these diseases, though they appear very, small, or they might be just starting with some diarrhea, dysentery, or something like fever or anything, but then they could prove fatal too.
And Mom, you mentioned about diarrhea. I've never heard about it. What is it?
Diarrhea is, loose stools. Whenever you pass stools, they are a bit hard. But when you pass watery stools and the number of the frequency, that is the number of times that you go to the loo, when it increases, it is called as diarrhea.
Okay. And I've also heard about something called dysentery. So, is it the same?
No, it's not the same. Diarrhea, I said they are passing of loose stools. But in dysentery, when with the stools you pass blood, and when you have severe pain, the number of times that you go is increasing, then it is dysentery.
Okay. Then, Mom, how will someone understand if he has got infected with the waterborne diseases?
It's very easy. And doctors usually understand, they ask the history from the patients, plus also the symptoms and signs would tell you. It's very easy to diagnose. Actually, you come up with, maybe if it is typhoid, like there is fever, sometimes there is abdominal pain, there could be loose stools, or you can say loose motions, vomitings, nausea sometimes, pain in abdomen. So these are commonly seen signs and symptoms, and so you can be treated accordingly.
Okay. So, what would be the treatment?
See, the treatment usually depends on the signs and symptoms. So if you have fever, the doctor shall give you antipyretics, but they also advise you. You have heard, isn't it? The doctors tell you get these tests done.
Yes,
So they
yes.
tell you get typhoid test done, malaria test done, because they think about it. Okay, if fever is associated, it could be due to water infection along with some mosquitoes in that area. So they ask you that get the test for malaria done. When it comes to typhoid, when your fever is associated with abdominal pain, some loose motions, and other things, and the other tests are negative, they tell you to get typhoid test done, because then they think that contaminated water could be the cause of it and the pain of abdomen. They also sometimes ask you to get a sonography done to find out, I mean, whether your intestines are intact, I mean, if there's some swelling to it. And these are the things that can be done. The treatment also depends on the signs and symptoms. Now, if you have fever, they will give you antipyretics. If you have diarrhea or loose motions, they'll give you some medicines which will cure you with it. They will ask you to have plenty of water, but that water has to be clean, boiled. Okay. So the amount of water that you take should be more, because if you don't drink more water, you may fall sick. I mean, you're already sick. If you drink again contaminated water, it's going to affect you more. So at this time, they ask you to drink clean water. They may put you on IV fluids or salines, give you some vitamin injections. Plus, if you have some pain in abdomen, they are going to give you some medicines which will give you relief for it. The weakness is covered by some tonics, or maybe they advise you don't have oily food, fatty food, which is going to take more time for digestion. So they will advise you have liquids, plenty of fruit juices, fruits, then boiled foods, okay, and avoid oily foods so that your digestive system recovers. Also, they will ask you to have ORS solutions, which are oral rehydration solutions, which you have heard of ORS packets, isn't it?
Yes.
They come into lemon flavor, orange flavor, and these things, I mean, when you have them, they are going to give you some energy. Okay, so now do you get it?
Yes, thank you. Mama, now you mentioned about ORS, oral rehydrating solution. So, what are the contents in it?
See, ORS is usually a drink which is prepared, so that it gives you some relief from dehydration. Okay, so that your water balance in the body comes to normal. So, the water balance is going to come to normal when you have some salt into it, some sugar into it, plenty of water, and if you want some flavor, you can add lemon to it. So, if you just, in simple words, if you want to make ORS, it is just like limbu pani or tang that you have. Okay, so if you don't have a ORS packet, you can make it at home. Take 2 spoons of sugar, a pinch of salt into it, take 1 glass boiled or clean filtered water, and you can add lemon to it. Stir it and just have it, and you're going to have lots of energy.
Oh, that's cool. I'll try today. Oh, these are the reasons behind it. Now I get it. Just one more thing. I don't want to fall sick of bad water in case. What can I do to be safe?
That's very simple. You know what we do, which water we drink. Either it is filtered or boiled. Okay. And if we do not have water at home, or if we are traveling or something, we drink that the water that is available into the bottles. So it's very easy. Okay. Now, in villages and other places where you do not have filters or the ROs that are present for cleaning of water, then they can simply boil the water in a large utensil, let it cool down, then they can use it for drinking, for cooking, anything. So this is one option. Second thing is the storing. Okay, the storing of the water that you're going to drink or use for cooking also needs to be very clean. The vessels need to be cleaned up so that no microorganisms are into it. Okay, so the cleaning of the vessels is very important. Third point is, when you have storage tanks either in your bungalows or flats or anything, the storage tanks could be on the terrace or underground. They need to be cleaned up properly. Also, you see, you need to take care that some chlorine is added to the water so that the water gets purified. In small quantities, when it is, medichlor is also added. Some villagers, some places, for cleaning the water to avoid waterborne diseases, they simply have alum, that is called turti in local languages. You just shake it, and if the water is muddy also, the mud settles down, and then they can use the clean water. Okay, so the water should not be muddy when you drink or use it for your cooking purpose or washing clothes, washing the utensils, or anything. You also need to take care of the personal hygiene. Whenever you drink water or whenever you are out, when you come from out or something, you need to wash your hands. Washing your hands only simply with water is just not enough. You need to have some detergent or soap, or either it could be in the liquid form or solid form. Clean them thoroughly, properly, wipe them, and then you can have water. Wash the vessel, wash the glass. You put it a habit daily, whenever you're taking a glass from the sink or from your kitchen, wash it under the tap and then have water, so that you don't get infected. These are small steps, these are small tips which you need to put it into your daily life so that you don't fall sick. The other thing that you need to take care is the food, the water, whatever is present or whatever you're drinking or storing, it has to be covered so that no flies, no insects, they come around it. Okay? No small particles or even the dust, you can say, should not go into it. So it needs to be covered up properly. Even the food, water, anything that is there. To prevent waterborne diseases, other care that you need to take is you need to keep your surroundings clean, especially during the rainy season. There should not be some, accumulated water, then some tires or some coconut pots or anything that are there, any vessels or some drums which are filled in water, open, mosquitoes can go into it, they put their larvae and then malaria is spread. So all these precautions need to be taken, that your surroundings, the place where you are staying is clean. No flies should be there, no mosquitoes should be there around it. You need to spray for them. Take these precautions. Other things are the sewage disposal. Even it needs to be taken care. The surroundings need to be clean for it. Even the animals or the pets could do all this dirt. They may shit somewhere and you do not know, and then during the rainy season it flows around and diseases are spread.